Take two. No. Part two. I'm just going to do a quick wrap up. The last video, it cut off. But I do understand that certain books and authors can touch on topics that might be controversial. There might be just inexcusable racism, misogyny. There might be some racist topics in the novel. There might be queer baiting. There might be disability, trying to lure people in, trying to really purposefully take advantage of readers and not really do their craft, tell a story. Whatever the reason, you all know my opinion by now, watching the first video, that I am against trashing an author's book, even if there are subject matters, even if the book is not good in your own opinion or many people's opinion, even if the author does some appropriation of culture or anything else, don't do it. Just put your little student cap on, do a literary review or a critical review, and leave it that way. If you must say something, but just leave it up to the reviewers, leave it up to the population of people who read the book, leave it up to them to trash the book, so to say. As an author, you do not want to trash other authors' books, even if you want to. There are many books that I don't like. There are many times where I'm seeing stuff on social media, or like I be looking at some of these hate book type of videos and other social media platforms. I look at this stuff. I'm not beyond it. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I know that I try my best not to say anything badly about another author or their book. I try my best not to do that. And that's, again, one of the main reasons I refuse to start a Bookstagram account. I will continue to read and review indie authors, self-published authors, novels, but I am very careful about which ones I pick, because if I don't feel that I can possibly give it a 3-star, I'm not going to read your book. I'm going to try to respectfully decline reading your book. But it is very hard, and I understand it's hard, especially if it's a topic, a situation where it is something controversial, if there is some appropriation going on, if there's something else going on. It is very difficult, but trust me, author to author, we ain't the only people reading the book. There's other people. They're going to say something. We don't need to say something. We don't have to say something. It's like, oh, I want to say something. I want to be in the midst. I want them to know my opinion too. We don't have to know your opinion, okay? Realize that you are on a different platform than other people who are reading and reviewing the book and trashing the book and the author. You and me, no matter what level we are, we want to be authors. I'm an author. I published a couple of books. But even if you have not published, I'm telling you, you have entered the realm. You have made the decision. This is going to be your career. This is going to be what you want to do. So even if you have not put your book out yet, even if you haven't made that traditional publishing deal, even if you plan on just self-publishing, it doesn't matter. If you are an author, self-published or traditionally published, or if you are going to be, don't trash other authors' books. And again, look at the first video. I don't just mean, giving a bad review, even though I don't believe any review is pretty much bad. You can look at my other videos for my bad review videos for more information on that. But It is a slippery slope, and I gave you all many reasons that I feel the way I feel, that you should never do it. Even if you think you might never meet this person, don't do it. Look at the first video. And again, I'm understanding, I'm just talking now about very touchy subjects because I understand that once you get to that level, it gets very hard to not say something, because it gets almost to the point where they upset at you. Maybe you're part of the community that they misrepresented, maybe they appropriated, maybe it was career baiting, whatever, maybe there was some racism going on, whatever the reason. A lot of times it's hard to remember that we are professionals, we are authors. Sometimes it's hard to remember that. Sometimes you say, look, I'm a person too, and I have emotions. I'm part of this community. I feel a certain way, and it's hard for me not to say something. I get it. There are definitely times where I have said things, not on social media, but I've felt things with certain books, and I get it. I really do. It's hard not to say something. I definitely say, if you have a circle of friends, especially writer friends, talk to them individually, but you have to be careful. Know who your friends are. And please, I think you all, if you all recently been keeping up with some of that, some law cases where, what was it? Forget the two ladies' names, when people had that discussion about that bad art friend. If you know I'm social media, you know what I'm talking about. And how these people, how this chat room got us, it was a subpoena so they can reveal the chat room, all the comments and information. So also, don't take my opinion and agree with me and say, okay, I'm not going to trash anyone on social media. I'm not going to trash the book or the author on my on social media or on review sites like Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, etc. I'll just do it, within my own friend circle, within chat rooms and stuff like that. No one's ever going to know. I think you see that some things can get revealed, okay? Something can happen and there's a subpoena and those chats come to light and everybody knows how you really feel, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it in the private chat rooms. Don't do it. And also know who your friends are, because even if you're doing kitchen table talk, if they talking to somebody else, grapevine people, I told this person, oh, I trust them, but then they tell somebody else that they might trust, but that person kind of messy, and then they go ahead and keep telling people, and it gets out. So a lot of times I'll just talk to my friends, and I'll say something if I really want to, but they aren't like my writer friends. Like, I have a best friend who don't give a damn about don't even read a whole lot. Or I'll just say something to myself. Sometimes talk to yourself. Don't do it around people because they think you're crazy, but do it by yourself. Just go on a rant, and I don't know if you got a journal. I don't know. But again, so yeah, please don't do it. It's not worth it, because I'm telling you, even if you don't like the author and you're not going to get along with the author, or you're just like, whatever, have that mindset, they don't have to be your friends in order for you not to trash them. They can be racist, they can be assholes, they can write crap stuff, but it doesn't, two wrongs don't make a right. It doesn't make you look good at all. It doesn't. And you might have other people who are talking the same way, who agree, who are just, cheering you on. But guess what? They're not part of your community. You're like, oh, well, they're going to be my reviewer. They're going to buy my books. They support me. But they're not in your career field. They're not going to be with you when you go to work, when you go home, and you're like, oh, I'm on the outside. Shoot, I'm all this. They say this. They agree. But then once you get into the room, you get into that room and you're like, oh, wait a minute. I feel an energy. I feel a shift. I feel a certain way, and I'm not being treated the same way, because the people in the room aren't the people that are out there doing all the hollering. Okay, so remember that. Though you might even be right, everything might be completely accurate based on what you and others are saying. It might be completely right. But again, when I said before, that book was published. Who published it? You all know, or you should know by now after listening to my first video, multiple people saw that manuscript before it was published. Don't get into the mindset of you going to get into that room and people are going to agree with you. No. Well, some of y'all know. We know that a lot of stuff that is presented to the world isn't what's really going on behind closed doors. Certain people who finally get lucky to get behind the closed doors, you all start seeing stuff that you already knew, that we know. That these races and stereotypes, misogyny, other things that are going on that get published are because the people who are making decisions agree. If they didn't agree, the book would never have been published. So you have to work with these people. You have to be around these people. They have connections widespread that even if you try to go around them, you can be blackballed. You can be blackballed from the industry, and a lot of times you won't even know it. You won't even know that this person contacted this person. You're like, why can't I get a deal? Or why is this deal so low? Or why do I have a deal, but they're not marketing me the same way? They're not putting me out there. They're not talking about me as much as they did this other author. And you have to be careful. Okay, just be careful. Your goal is here. Don't let someone prevent you from reaching your goal or make it harder to reach your goal just because you don't like them. I don't care if the person is the biggest asshole you have ever met. Don't let that person stop you from achieving your goal. If you are self-published or traditionally published, or you are, especially if you are achieving to be traditionally published, don't let someone get in your way. Because the original tweet was mainly just not talking about like controversial stuff that I assume the author or whoever the person is mainly is talking about. Don't be trashing other authors in general because those are your colleagues. But I'm going even beyond that. Even if you are validated in your trash talk, don't do it. I don't care. Don't do it. Even if they are racist, even if the book is misappropriation and a whole bunch of foolishness going on with their book, and there are novels. I'm not going to call them out because I'm going to try to do what I'm preaching. Don't talk badly. Don't trash it. Just because, and there is a difference between being critical and trashing, just going in on a book, doing that type of review, or trashing the author. There are different levels to it, but I'm not going to do either level. I'm going to try my best not to do either one, just because, again, it's not good. um I'm going to I'm here, but I want to get here, 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 here. So at any level, I have to not play ball, but I'm going to be in this small community, this small publishing industry that is connected to so many. The big four has so many what is it, entities, the little, they have little publishers, imprints. That's why I've been trying to find that word. They have imprints. They have, so the big four, a whole lot of companies, if you look them up, are branched together. There are so many that are connected to each other. And if you read editors' bios, if you read agents' bios, and you see where they used to work and who they talk to and what conferences and what places they go to, you realize this community is very small, and you don't want to be seen as a problematic author on any level, because some might say, oh, she's problematic because she's just trashing other authors, she talks poorly, she is very controversial. We might end up having to have some lawsuits. We might have to try to back her up, or she might get sunken into the cancel culture, and then now she's attached to us, so our name, we look bad because we published her. And then you can have even drop my pen, even on the level of, oh, she's talking about this author we know, or this editor we know. They're calling us out for our rightfully so, a lot of times calling us out because we're racist, calling us out because we ain't hiring people, calling us out on our misogyny, calling us out on many things. And they could say, we don't want that. Even if you're right, even if you are totally justified in what you say, you think they want you around calling them out? You think they want you in the room saying all that stuff? No. So you really have to just sit down with yourself, think about your goals, and also think about what you are willing to sacrifice, because a lot of times you doing all this can really harm your goals and set you back, and also make things very uncomfortable if you do get into that sphere, into that industry. It can make things uncomfortable, and you might say, you're fine with it, but you're not thinking long term. Long term, it's going to be hard, being blackballed. It's going to be hard, having awkwardness. It's going to be hard not having someone completely back you with marketing. It's going to be hard if you're not supported. It's a very hard industry, and you should not lose your morals. You should not lose who you are. But you can disagree with someone respectfully. You can maintain who you are without trashing someone else. You can disagree, you can say, etc. Just like I'm not going to give my opinion because I'm not going to do it. But just like I see a lot on social media in the literary world right now with J.K. Rowling, I'm not touching it. But I never retweet, never like a tweet, never. I'm not going to have any opinion on what side I'm on, ever, because that's going to be issues. You need to stay away from issues if you are an author. Let the other people run their mouths, no matter what side you on. Other people, there are millions of people in this world. Okay, you are not. If no one hears your opinion, it is not going to be. It is going to be okay. Okay, there are other people talking. They don't need us. authors, this social media era got us very out there, but we don't need to be out there, okay? You see what happened? Whew, you see how she I'm telling you, use that as a lesson. No matter what side you on, use her as a lesson of just staying away from sensitive, controversial topics. Okay, stay away from them. Please do. And also, whatever side you on, well, I guess for the purpose of this video, if you are against her opinions or etc., whatever, still don't trash her. Again, I'm not saying my opinion on the matter of the subject. I'm just saying on just this video topic. I'm sweating. Just the video topic. Don't even her. Don't trash her. There's plenty of people doing it for you, because you see her books aren't going off shelf. You see that she's still writing books. You see that she is well connected in the industry. And then you have an author and she's like, she could, I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know if she will or not. But she has a lot of clout. It don't matter what you all say. It doesn't matter if certain opinions are justified or not justified. I'm not getting into that. Never will. I'm sweating. She still has a lot of clout. No matter what people say, she has clout. And she knows a lot of people. So if I'm an author and I'm over here, she sees all the tweets and she sees stuff, and then she could talk to other people and be like, in the industry, like, look at this, what's going on. And the other industry people, this is such a hot topic at the moment, and probably will be for a while. They're paying attention because she still is employed. She's still working. They still want that money from Disney. Was it Orlando? I don't know which one, Orlando or California, where they got the Hogwarts, and a whole lot of people in the industry are paying attention. Filmmakers, she still got the Fantastic Beasts stuff, and there are so many. That's why I'm using her as an example. There are so many levels. There's the book publishing. There's a whole bunch of people who are working in the industry, and there's also the film and the TV, and all the people in that industry. There are so many people that you can alienate because they are paying attention. They want to pay attention because they want to be on the up and up. Like, okay, do we need to start backing away? Do we need to support? What do we need to do? We're about to make this film. This is about to come out. We got to make sure that we still get our money. The books, we're going to do this edition. We're going to do this cover. We're going to keep this book in print. We want to keep money. So they have to be alert. They have to be focused on what's going on. And they notice who is talking, and, maybe you won't be seen, as a verified account, or as a traditionally published author might be seen talking badly about their fellow colleague. But guess what? You can probably be seen because people might be retweeting and going on and on and on, liking your stuff. And you might get seen by these people, and they're like, okay, we need to put her on the list. Put her on a list saying, nope. We don't need to deal with her. This is craziness. Don't deal with her. She might start put that attention towards us, so she might put that attention onto another author. This author right here is making us money. We don't need this person in. And then, you might be a self-published author, and you might want to get a movie or TV deal, or, script writing for Disney or somebody else. And then they like, all that shit you were saying? No. And even worse probably is for those who are traditionally published. You definitely are more seen by these companies and the industry people, and they're like, oh hell no, they might, I don't even know, but y'all probably getting conversations. I don't know if You know, if it's like sometimes other companies like, hey, HR wants to come see you. Do y'all traditional publishing company people, y'all have, you know, authors within a pool of your company, and then y'all be sending, come to HR. I understand it. You have a problem with J.K. Rowling. Let's sit down. Let's see if we can work this out. You know, HR try to get in. Does a publishing company have an HR department? Do y'all get emails telling y'all to cool it on social media? I would love to know that. But I can imagine something like that has to happen. Like, yes, Agent Stone, can you please talk to your author? She is tweeting a lot of stuff right now about us and about our other author. Can you please set up a meeting or something? And I could imagine that they're not going to be very happy with you trashing another author within your same company, whatever. So please don't do it. It'll be all right. The world will keep spinning if no one hears your opinion. Okay, there's millions of people who are going to hear an opinion. You're like, oh well, I gotta put it out there. I gotta let people know. People know. I mean, some of y'all really act like y'all. I ain't gonna see. I'm backing away from hot topics. Keep some opinions to myself. All right. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep hammering this. Hopefully you all understand. Hopefully, authors, you will, and reviewers, please don't don't comment. This is about authors, author to author, self-published authors, soon-to-be authors, traditionally published authors. I don't care. Authors, this is about you. This is us having a conversation. Reviewers, review how you want to review. I'm not talking about you all. I'm just talking about people within this career and who want to be in this career. It's not going to look good. Don't do it. So yeah, let's talk. If you agree with me, let's talk. If you don't agree with me, let's talk. Say your comments, and I want to hear your opinions. I really want to hear your opinions too. So if you do a video, tag me, let me know. But yeah, let's have this conversation. I think it's a very important conversation to have. So let's have it.